Stop number 23 on the Castrol GTX Cup Series for season 35 brings us to brings us to the egg-shaped oval known as Darlington Raceway in Darlington, South Carolina. The track too tough to tame, measuring at 1.366 miles in length. And we've seen speeds upwards of about 170 miles an hour around this track here today. And it's a Pontiac Buick front row in this race here. It's a Buick. It's on the pole here. That's number 12, Ryan George. Number 12, Bud White. And number 12, Ray Bestish Buick on the pole for this event here today. That car's going to be switching between two manufacturers this and next season. It's going to be, it'll be both a Chevrolet and some races, and it'll be a Ford as well too in some races as well too. Some say it may switch it halfway through the season. Who knows? Seth Cole, car number 52, is going to be on the outside of the front row. He's in the Alka-Seltzer Pontiac. Second row has Caleb Fogler, car number 90, the Ford Motorsport Ford. Beside him is car 42, Kyle Matthews in the Mellow Yellow Pontiac. He has won this season twice, one at Rockingham and Sonoma, and he has one of our in-car cameras in today's race. Going to row number 3, it's car 43. 43, Mike Becker, the STP Pontiac, like Kyle Matthews. He'll be back with this number 43 machine next season. Matthews will be back with the 42 car next season as well, too. Beside Becker will be car 4, William Brock in the Kodakville Chevrolet. Going to row number 4, it's car number 98. It is Matt McIntyre in the Banquet Frozen Foods Chevrolet, and number 1, Trent Dunham in the Skull Classic Oldsmobile. Going to row number 5, it's car number 9, Jessica Shelton in the Coors Light Melling Ford. She's alongside Dylan Young in car number 2, the Miller Genuine Draft Pontiac, Jessica's won the season at Riverside. Row 6 is car 26, Joshua Osborne, the Quaker State Buick, and he's alongside number 27, Daniel Voiles in the Rob Moroso Memorial Oldsmobile. Joshua won the season at Dover and at North Wilkesboro. Next row down, row number 7 is car 28, Keith Batson in Texaco Haviland Ford, and he's alongside number 68, the winner at Bristol, the night race at Bristol, Ben Cohen, the Country Time Oldsmobile, car 68. Row number 8 is car 71, it's Charles Sanford in the Big Apple Markets Chevrolet. He's alongside number 22, the winner at Richmond this season, the first Richmond race, Mitchell Hodak in the Maxwell House Ford, car 22. Mitchell finished second to Ben Cohen at the night race at Bristol. Next row down is number 17, Raphael LeDuc, winner of the Pepsi 400 at Daytona, and beside him, Zachary Fitzwater in the Pennzoil Pontiac. Next row is number 19, Jackson Haywood, and number 6, Cody McGurk, has been twice a runner-up this season. Next row down, Aubrey Scott in car 7, the Hooters Ford, and number 8, Noah Sewell, another two-time winner. He won at Michigan, the second Michigan race. He also won the first Atlanta race. Next row down is Colin Cropley, car 25, the Kodiak Chevrolet. He won the season at the day race at Bristol. Beside him is car 11, Kat Batson. She won at the first Talladega race, and she also won at Indianapolis. Next row, Nathan Orman in 33, and number 15, Quentin Moore. Next row down is number 73, Carson Gunn, looking for the Darlington sweep. He won the first time he was here. He's alongside number 55, Chris Darlington in the Jasper Engines Pontiac, winner of the 600 at Charlotte. Next row down is Dylan Poteet, the Watkins Glen winner in the Sunoco Ultra Oldsmobile. He's alongside Tori Gossett in car 21. She won at Martinsville. Next row down is number 24, the Team 3 Pontiac of Phil Parker, and beside him, number 49, Reggie Buggleman, who had a great run going at Bristol until problems set in for him. The Interstate Batteries Buick, car 49. Next row, Eric Monaco, 66, and 75, Laura Chung, winner of the second Pocono race this season. Next row, Rob Evans in 20, and number 3, Cole Deaver, the championship points leader in GM Goodwin Chevrolet. He won the Daytona 500 this season. Next row, Ryan Brommer in 18, the winner of the first Michigan race this season. He is alongside number 10, Alexander Rowe, who won the first Pocono race, along with also with the second Talladega race this season. Starting shotgun is Austin Reed in car number 5, the Tide Chevrolet. He's starting shotgun in this field here. Here comes the command to fire them up here for the Mountain Dew Southern 500 at Darlington. 56 laps of action on tap 3 here today, and here's the command.
Gentlemen, start your engines!
Command given the party engines as we're separating here today. Pace goes over to lead the field off of pit road for the pace lap. That brings on the race right for this. Ryan George and Seth Cole leading into the start-finish line here to begin this Mountain Dew 7500 at Darlington, South Carolina. The second and final race here on this legendary track that is dated back to 1950 as the green flags with the fly here, and the Mountain Dew 7500 is underway here at Darlington. Ryan George, car number 12, goes to the top spot here, and in the second position goes Seth Cole and Caleb Fogler up to the third spot in car number 90 as they come off turn number 2. They're full throttle until they get to this point right here. Turn 3, they have to brake hard for that corner here. Caleb Fogler goes inside for second position. He's got it. Come off turn number 2 as Ryan George leads him down the back stretch here. I mentioned Kyle Mendes has one of our in-car cameras in today's race here. So too does the two behind Matt McIntyre, Jessica Shelton and Joshua Osborne. Those three will be carrying in-car cameras in today's race here at Darlington. Mike Becker getting by the outside pole sitter Seth Cole, and he'll bring Jessica Shelton with him. Meantime, Caleb Fogler trying to get past Ryan George. A battle for the lead developing here in the turn 3 on lap 3 at this event. People coming very close to that turn 4 wall here, so you may see some wall scraping coming off that 4th corner here at Darlington. You usually do. We mentioned how good this race was. How good this track was. The first time we was here at Darlington, here we actually haven't mentioned that yet. But this track, it was a great race. The first time we was here back earlier in the season for the Love's Travel Stop 500, where we saw Carson Gunn win in that race here. And this track has been give us one of the best races of the season. The last few races we have been here. But right now, it is a 6-car breakaway. Here comes Caleb Fogler for the lead, the man who won at Richmond last season. He's second Richmond race, and he's going to bring Jessica Shelton with him. Shelton's going to give him a push, come up to number 4. And Caleb Fogler leads his first lap of the race here. And here comes Jessica, low side. Pair of blue and white cars. One's a Ford, the other a Buick. And it's going to be Shelton to the lead, or second position, I should say. And Seth Cole going to third, and Joshua Osborne trying to take fourth in that Quaker State Buick. That car's going to be a Ford next season. That Quaker State car will be. Now, whether Joshua wants to stay in that car or not, though, or go to a different ride, that's going to be up to him, obviously, as to whether or not he wants to stick with this ride or go to someplace else. Of course, he's in 36. And Seth Cole dives inside of Jessica Shelton for second place here. Joshua Osborne almost made it 3 wide. But Joshua thought better, and he knows you don't go 3 wide at Darlington. And heck, back in the day, they used to say you can't go 2 wide at Darlington. Back in the day, they used to say that. And Joshua pushes Jess right out of the way here, and Jessica goes backwards now in that number 9 car. Meantime, Kyle Matthews dives inside. He'll goes inside for position here. You're on board with Kyle Matthews in car number 42, the Millie Yellow Pontiac. Winner twice this season so far. He won, as we mentioned, at Rockingham, the second race of the season, and he also won on the road course at Sonoma. Kyle, one of 5 drivers who has won twice this season, and now Seth Cole goes to the lead. You've got the best seat in the house from inside Kyle Matthews' car. As Seth Cole brought Joshua Osborne with him, and Kyle says, I'm going to go stick behind that Quaker State car, and he is in the 3rd position now. And give a call to one of the drivers, and give a call to that number 27 car behind. In 4th position goes Daniel Voiles in car number 27, up to the number 4 position, I should say, excuse me. He's got Matt McIntyre and Keith Batson behind him now as they come off turn number 2 here. McIntyre trying to get by him for position right there, but no dice for the time being. And both been closing up in that top 3 cars here. So we're gonna have a 5-car battle possibly for the lead here in this early going here at Darlington here. Meantime, some cars scrambling back there as now Joshua Osborne goes for the lead in that Buick, and he'll push that green and white Buick behind, right by Seth's powder blue Pontiac. And Joshua brings Kyle Matthews with him here. So you got Kentucky leading Ohio here in the top 2 spots here as Osborne for Kentucky, Matthews from Ohio. And Voiles up to third position right now, and now Matthews says, I'm gonna try to lead a lap now, and Joshua does lead his first lap, by the way, of this race here so far, so that's going to give him 5 points. Joshua, by the way, is third in the points coming in this event here. He lost a lot of points at Bristol, the last race on the tour. He was on the tour, and he is third behind the top 2 drivers in the points, Cole Deaver and Raphael LeDuc. Matthews, meanwhile, he's up there in the points himself as well too. And Daniel Voiles, how about that 27 car? He had a great qualifying run. Qualified, I believe, in about up in the top 10 in this event here, and he's up in the 2nd position. Matt McIntyre is one of the best runs he's had so far in that Banquet Frozen Foods Chevrolet. In his return to the series here, Matt's won here in the series before. Daniel Voiles, on the other hand, he has not won in this series here. Voiles looking to get his first victory this season. We mentioned at Bristol we've had 6 first-time winners, we had 6 drivers this season. That's about the career win numero uno in this series. Voiles looking to become the 7th, one of those drivers looking to become the 7th driver to do so this season. I'm starting to think we may have 6 drivers here, possibly 5 drivers who's won first-time. I almost thinking in my mind Alexander Rowe has won in the series before. I'm almost thinking that too. What's up? I may have to look back again on that as we watch Voiles take the lead now. Keith Batson methodically working his way up to the field now in that 28 car, up to 3rd position now with Mike Becker up to 4th. And I tell you, Becker has been strong the last few races in that number 43 car. He's yet to win this season, but that 43 car looking better and better at every race so far. And here comes Batson, 2nd place in that number 28 car. He'll be back with this ride next season as well too. Another driver he'll be back with it. He's another driver that'll be back with this ride next season. And another driver is that number, as we mentioned, at number 43 car. Mike Becker will be back with this ride next season as well too in the STP colors. And right behind Colin Cropley, another driver whose future is uncertain. One driver whose future is uncertain in the number 7 car. Aubrey Scott, he's running right now P7, or actually make that P6, excuse me, in car number 7. William Brock behind him in 7th position. Nathan Ormond running in 8th position. Carson Gum going for the Darlington Sweep is running 9th, and Seth Cole's in 10th position with Mitchell Hodak right behind in 11th position in that number 22 car. Mentioned Raphael LeDuc. Well, there he is in the 17 car. He runs in 12th position. And you see how it's all right there over the bottom of the screen. Keith Batson's going to take the lead away from Daniel Voiles. And meantime, Kyle Matthews is still up the track here as Brian Brommer's gone by, Trent Dunham's gone by, and Joshua Osborne's gone by. And Reggie Vogelman inside as well too. Same with Jessica Shelton and same with Caleb Fogler. Number 90 car. Inside now with Jessica Shelton in car number 9. She was running last time by a 19th position. Running behind Reggie Vogelman up ahead. See how fast Jessica goes around this track here. 160 miles an hour, 162 miles an hour off turn number 2. Or turn number 4, excuse me, that used to be turn 2. 177 miles an hour to turn 3, or turn number 1, that used to be turn 3. Off turn number 2, 174 miles an hour. Gets by Seth Cohen, that number 52 car, tries to. Up to 185 miles an hour to turn 3, and down to 153 miles an hour in the middle of 3 and 4. You heard Seth scrape the wall, come off turn number 4. And Jessica, that time by clocked in 17th position. I mean, speaking of 17, car 17 up the track. That's Rafael Leduc as he's now losing spots. Rob Evans goes inside. Same with the Bristol winner, Ben Cohen in 68. Eric Monaco, Kyle Mendes, Tori Gossett, and Cole Deaver. And throw the 8 car of Noah Sewell in that bunch. And Noah Sewell's another car that's going from Buick to Ford next season at number 8 Snickers car. Now whether Noah's going to be back in that ride next season, we'll find out as season 36 rolls around. You can look at Tori right there, number 21 car. She's in 23rd position, or she was 23rd the last time by. She is now 22nd behind Kyle Matthews, and who's dropped to 21st, and Eric Monaco, who rounds out the top 20. Well, for now he does, but here comes Matthews inside, and Monaco almost got the wall come off turn number 2. Cole Deaver, the points leader of this race, he's running in 23rd position right now in the GM Goodrich Chevrolet. He's running behind. Well, he's running ahead of Rafael Leduc right now, so he'll gain points on Leduc if they stay that way. Bad news for Cole Deaver. Joshua Osborne is running right now 14th, and he's going to gain points on both those drivers for now. But Deaver apparently has got the lane to his advantage, apparently got the inside lane working to his advantage for the time being here, as Keith Batson and Mitchell Hodak both go up the track. In meantime, up to the top spot goes Matt McIntyre, car number 98, the Banquet Frozen Foods Chevrolet. Aubrey Scott up to 2nd position, and William Bruck in the 3rd. Nathan Ormond up the 4th position. Ormond has been close to a win a couple times this season here. He won a race last season. That was at Michigan. The first Michigan race, I should say, last season. Has yet to get a win in season 35. He's got a good car that can possibly do so. That Skull Bandit Oldsmobile. That car will be back next season, but now as far as Nathan, who knows what he'll be driving next season as well too. And Aubrey Scott, car 7, goes to the lead. The Hooters Ford, and the Hooters will be back with this car next season as well too. We're into the point of the season. We'll be talking silly season, I guess you might say, news here in this series. And speaking of season 36, well, it's going to be a while since we go from season 35 to season 36, but in the series, but here we got coming up on the NNSCRA channel. And after season 35 is over, we'll be having the NNSCRA IndyCar series coming up. After the end of this season. So signups may be up while the season's races is going up, I should say, and we may have some, and also some recording maybe going on as the season goes along as well too. So we have in the NNSCRA IndyCar series coming up after season 35 ends of the Castrol GTX Cup series. In season 36 of Castrol Cup will be after the NNSCRA IndyCar series will end, after the NNSCRA IndyCar series ends. So there you have it with that here. The sign of the video's already been made, by the way, too. So Aubrey Scott, car 7, is still in the leader right now here. It's William Brock, Nathan Ormond, Carson Gunn, Mike Becker, Jackson Haywood up to 6th position right now. And Ryan Brommer, Daniel Boyles, Trent Dunham, and Joshua Osborne up to 10th position. There is Joshua in car 26, and another green Buick behind him. That is the Reggie Fogelman automobile, and Jessica Shelton has worked her way back up to the field right now in car number 9. Up to the 12th position is the Coors Light Ford. Take a ride with Jessica here again, coming up through turns 1 and 2. 174 miles an hour in the middle of turns 1 and 2, up to 176 miles an hour on turn number 2, and 186 miles an hour in turn number 3. So it drops it down to 155 miles an hour for car number 9. And there's a look from Joshua Osborne's perspective. Quaker State Buick right now, running 176 miles an hour, 175, 174 now in the middle of 1 and 2. Up to 176, like we saw Shelton come off that second turn. And a up to 187 miles an hour into turn number 3. Goes Osborne down to 156 in the middle of 1 and 2. Middle of 3 and 4. That used to be turn 25. They flipped on this track back in 1997, by the way. For those of you who don't know the history of Darlington, 180 miles an hour into turn number 1 goes Osborne. His last lap 173.082 miles an hour. The fastest lap race so far, set by Rafael Leduc at 176.201. In fact, top 4 cars over 176 miles an hour. That being Rafael Leduc, Nathan Ormond, Laura Chung, and Charles Sanford. Those are the top 4 cars that have run fastest laps of the race so far here at Darlington Raceway here. And those cars of Chung and Sanford, well, they're both in the back here. There's Laura in car 75. She runs right now. Let's see if she's going to be clocked at this time by. Charles is way back in the back here, having a rugged race so far. Laura right now runs back in 29th position in car number 75. While Charles was clocked in 37th position, right there behind Dylan Young, Charles Saber, and Quentin Moore. None of them having good runs. And Ryan George, the pole sitter, has dropped to last place in car number 12. That car not showing the muscle it was in qualifying here. So they have gone the wrong way on that number 12 Ray Bestis Buick. Meantime, there's your view up front right now. It is still Aubrey Scott out in front in car number 7 with number 4 car of William Brock. Aubrey has got to be hoping he can join Mitchell Hodak, Colin Cropley, and Ben Cohen as your list on the list of winners this season, and Noah Sewell as well too. But that's not going to happen right there like that, though. Aubrey goes up the track right there and then loses a few positions, and now William Brock had to leave, but here comes Ormond. He goes inside now of William Brock for the top spot, and he's got it. So Nathan Ormond goes to the lead, and now it's Oldsmobile 1-2, the 33 and the 73 cars here. Carson Gum inside, still looking for that. And like I said, he's looking for that Darlington sweep. He won the first time he was here at Darlington. He's looking for the Southern 500 win. Meantime, Mike Becker, 43 car, STP Pontiac, looking for his first victory of the season as well too. In fact, 2 of those drivers looking for their first victory of the season here, both Becker and Ormond, and so is these drivers right there, William Brock, Jackson Haywood, and Daniel Voiles as well too. Voiles working his way back up through Millersville. Jackson Haywood, he has really worked his way through the field. We have not talked about much about him and that Tyson Holly Farms Ford this season, but that number 19 car looking awfully good so far here today. Jackson, one of the drivers out of KAB Enterprises, along with Keith Batson and Keith's wife Kat. And Jackson Haywood made his debut quite a few seasons ago in this series, and has run very well. He's still looking for that very first win, but the way that car's been running here, he could possibly do it today here. Maybe if he can catch up to the front 3 cars, and he is closing up right now. As long as he's got Boyles behind him, or if he can catch a sniff of the drive off of that 43 of Mike Becker, it could happen for them as well. It could happen for that 19 team. Don't count that car out just yet. And I'll also say the same for the 18 and the 27 cars as well too, as they are both running well. And here comes Carson Gum, 73 car. The slim fast Oldsmobile to the low side, and he's got the lead. Carson Gum to the top spot in car 73, and here comes Mike Becker, low side. 16 laps to go here at Darlington. And Ormond slipping back now. Here comes Daniel Voiles in the Rob Moroso Memorial Ultimate, that black 27. And Joshua Osborne. Here comes car 26 to the low side. Or trying to catch up to that pack of cars here. Osborne running in 7th. Back inside with Joshua Osborne, the Quaker State Buick. trying to become the first driver to win 3 times this season here. He's one of the 2-time winners this season so far. Out of the 17 drivers who have won this season in the first 22 races this season, we're on race 23. And Mike Becker's going to go to the lead there. And like I said, you got the best seat in the house right now. I'm watching these 6 cars just battle it out. And Joshua is closing up, and probably like Tony Stewart probably saying, "Here, kitty." And boy, Haywood way up the track there, and he's going to get by Haywood in that 19 machine. And meantime, William Brock and Jessica Shelton have closed up as well too. Brock in the 4 and Jessica in the 9. And also the 98 car, that's Matt McIntyre, and here comes Carson Gunn back again for the lead. He's got Ryan Brommer behind him. And Daniel Boles right in there with him. There, Osborne trying to... Whoa! He and Ormond almost touched. And Brommer, low side for the lead here. Brommer won at Michigan this season, the first Michigan race. That Navy Chevrolet, he's been strong. Can he pull it off here? Boy, we could have a surprise winner possibly here at Darlington. The racing ain't over yet. We're down to 12 to go. The Mountain Dew Southern 500, a race that goes back 72 years in history in NASCAR. One of the crown jewel events in any form of stock car racing. But these 4 cars there are looking for the stage of battle for the lead right there. Oldsmobile in first, Chevy in second, Oldsmobile third, and the Buick in fourth. And you got a Ford in fifth with Jackson Haywood. Off turn number 4 to come here. There's Keith Batson running in 10th position right now. Make that 9th. And how about entering the top 10? Number 1, Trent Dunham. Skull Classic Oldsmobile. He won at Darlington last season. Trent yet to win a race this season so far here at number 1 car, but he's getting he's been getting close there for a few races as well too. Nine laps to go. I tell you, we've seen a lot of crap that's happened at Darlington for the win, and most particularly in the Southern 500 here. As we look at Joshua Osborne's car, he was a part of one of the most bizarre finishes ever at Darlington. That happened, I think, back in season 31. Remember when this finish happened? Through the third and fourth turns here. Turner closes up here. Osborne almost slows up here. Turner comes up to the back bumper, but he's going to be short at the line. Turner makes one last ditch effort. He's going to be short. Joshua Osborne, and he lets Osborne after the checkers. What was that about? Jesse Turner loses out to Joshua Osborne. Osborne wins the Southern 500, but gets wrecked by Jesse Turner going into turn number 1 on the cool down. Oh, brother. I really do not know what. I really don't know what in the world. That really was a WTF finish right there on what happened here. Race winner takes the checker flag. And that was the only time I've seen a driver who finished second so mad that he finished second, he wrecked the leader after the checkered flag. That was not quite Dale Earnhardt, Terry Labonte at Bristol in 1995. Not the rattle your cage finish, but the one where Labonte crossed the start finish line and crashed, winning the race. Yeah, that one. That was what that finish almost reminded me of right there. But Jesse Turner, we still miss having him in this series, obviously. But Joshua won day race that day at Darlington as they come off turn number 2 now. But the leader is number 18, Ryan Brommer. But Daniel Voiles looking for that first ever win, trying to come up on the back of that 18 car, and they have pulled away from the third place car of Jackson Haywood. But so the problem with Voiles right now, he does not have a drafting partner to try to get out an 18 car. He's going to have to do it with raw muscle. And as it tends to happen at Darlington, look at the speed difference right there between the best lap and the last lap for Voiles. You know that the speeds do drop at Darlington, obviously, because Darlington does wear your tires out. Voiles has made it up, though. It's 12 hundredths of a second the last time by. Down to 5 to go. Ryan Brommer trying to hold him all off. Voiles comes to the inside. Brommer slams the door right in his face. Backstretch into turn number 3. Voiles regroups, tries it once again. And meantime, William Brock and Jessica Shelton, those two trying to wait to evade if something happens. But the 4 and the 9 are getting very close now to the 18 and 27 cars. Here comes Voiles once again. Shelton, meantime, she also goes inside of William Brock. Four cars shoot out to the side at all at 170 miles an hour here at Darlington. Shelton gets by Brock, and now she's got a bead on those front 2 cars now. Chevy, Oldsmobile, Ford, Chevy, the top 5. Voiles drops back a little bit, now tries to move back up again, and that number 18 car trying to catch the sniff of that draft. But he's running out of time. They'll be down to 2 to go this time by. Off the 4th turn, coming down to the start finish line. 54 in the books, 2 to go. Does Daniel Voiles have anything left in that number 27 car to get by Ryan Brommer? Brommer to the outside. Voiles looks to the low side on turn number 2. Shelton. She may give him a little bit of help right there in the turn number 3. I'm afraid Brock Voiles now has a draft of that number 9 car. The white flag's going to be waiting. 1 to go here at Darlington. In the turn number 1, Brommer tries to hold him off. Brommer up to the high side, he gets a little bit loose. Here comes Voiles to the low side. Daniel Voiles to the low side. They're going to be side by side the turns number 3 and 4. Here they come up the 4th turn. Battle of the drafts, the 27 and the 18. Here they come to start finish line. Who's they going to be at the line? It is Daniel Voiles winning the Mountain Dew Southern 500. And for the 6th time I think this season, we have had another first-time winner in the Castrol GTX Cup Series. Boy, like I said in Bristol, these first-time winners, they just keep popping up out of nowhere. And Daniel Voiles, he's been close a few times himself, and he finally gets to go to victory lane in the Castrol GTX Cup Series. The Rob Moroso Memorial Oldsmobile takes the victory here today, and on a drag race to the line with Ryan Brommer. Boy, you can't get any. It didn't get any better than this on that last lap. That last half a lap, just tremendous stuff. And I tell you, Daniel Voiles has got to be one happy guy here today at Darlington. Ryan Brommer comes from 2nd position. William Brock 3rd. Jessica Shelton 4th. 5th will go to Matt McIntyre. A tremendous day for that number 98 team. Keith Batson with a solid 6th-place finish here today. 7th goes to Trent Dunham. 8th to Mike Becker. 9th to Nathan Orman, and Jackson Haywood, the 19th team, comes home in 10th position. So 23 races are in the books in this series here, and we are down to the final 8 races on the season. Just hard to believe here. We're heading hard to believe we're around the far turn and heading for home. Here in season 36, margin of victory 26 thousandths of a second between the 27 and 18 cars. I should say we're heading around the fortune heading for home for season 35, not season 36. Excuse me on that one. But 26 thousandths of a second the margin of victory between Daniel Voiles and Ryan Brummer. Margin of victory 170.639 miles an hour. And I tell you that was some. I tell you, we said Darlington usually brings out some tremendous racing, and we had a really good race here today. So rest of the finishing order here. Carson Gum, 73 team, didn't quite get the sweep, but gets 11th. A solid day for the 73 team. Cole Beaver, the championship leader, comes home in 12th position. 13th will go to Rob Evans. Kyle Matthews with a solid 14th. 15th will go to Kat Batson. 16th, I should say, to Reggie Fogelman. Joshua Osborne, 17th. 18th to Caleb Fogler. 19th, Aubrey Scott, and Alexander Rowe comes home in 20th. Dylan Poteet, Raphael Leduc, Zachary Fitzwater, Colin Cropley, and Chris Dollerton, the top 25. Then Ben Cohen, 26th position. 27th will go to Ryan George, Cody McGirt, Quentin Moore, Noah Sewell, the top 30. Then Laura Chung, Mitchell Hodak, Dylan Young, Austin Reed, Eric Monaco, Charles Sanford, Seth Cole, and Phil Parker. The finishers in today's race. Tori Gossett, the only car out of the race with a camshaft failure on her number 21 Citgo Ford, and so she was the only retiree out of the race in today's event, unfortunately. Unfortunately for her, I should say. But another tremendous race here today at Darlington, South Carolina. Congratulations once again to another first-time winner, Daniel Voiles, a winner here today at Darlington. If you like what you see here, be sure to subscribe to the NNSCRA Sports and Gaming channel. We got everything on the channel. We got inner races, we got gaming videos, we got inner online videos, whatever the president of the NNSCRA Seth Cole desires to have for his channel. Be sure to check out Seth's Duracell Cup Series and the main series on his channel. And if you want in on future seasons of Seth's series, be sure to get with Seth and he'll get you going. And also be sure to check out our other channel that is NNSCRA Offline. That channel being X867539855X. It's Dylan Young's channel, the man who does the NNSCRA Spectrum Mobile Cup Series. And also be sure to check out the channel called We the Coasters. If you are a roller coaster / amusement park / theme park fan, then We the Coasters is the channel for you. Subscribe to that channel for you as well too. That's the channel that Dylan Young and Kyle Matthews collaborates in doing. And also subscribe to the channel you're watching here, the NNSCRA Sports and Gaming channel, for some cool stuff as well too. You will not regret doing so. So that will do it here today at Darlington. For now, this is James Qualls. It's been a production of the NNSCRA celebrating 11 years of offline racing at its best. We'll see you at Richmond for the XI Batteries 400.